The heart of extreme sports lies in the risk versus reward mentality. The immediate reward comes from the sheer rush of defying gravity, the wind in your face, and the sense of mastery after landing a trick. But with every jump and every spin, there's always the possibility of failure, and athletes in this space are often seen as daredevils, constantly walking the fine line between brilliance and recklessness, testing both their physical limits and the environments they operate in, whether it's tackling the physical limits and the environments they operate in, or if it's just tackling the gravity that is designed to change the athlete's skill, nerves, and the will to succeed. Beyond the athletes themselves, there's an entire ecosystem built around extreme sports, and we're experiencing that as USASA Nationals goes to extreme lengths to bring out not only volunteers, staff, employees, MCs, announcers, and judges. We have celebrity judges in the booth. I'm going to see if I can get Matty Jay to come say some stuff about his experience here at USASA as the grassroots ecosystem of giving back. As we see the ski school coming through right there with Woodward at Copper. Shout out to those guys. This is their hood, Woodward at Copper and Ski and Ride School at Copper. Shout out to Copper Mountain as one of our sponsors. Copper's been around for years. Dustin Lyman, the president and GM of Copper, accepting the bib last night as we jumped into what is remarkably our 35th USASA Nationals Championship. Welcome to that. The first Nationals Championship was held in Snow Valley, California back in 1990. Chuck Allen, you know the history, started the United States Amateur Snowboard Association in July of 1988 with a $500 donation from Trans World Snowboard Magazine. And from there, I mean, the bug was already there. He was a surfer. Caught the bug snowboarding and hanging out, and the rest is history. They say that before he had passed, because Chuck, I think he did die of cancer, you can see him on the slopes with his mask on, cheering on the athletes. So shout out to the progression of USASA as they have over 30 regional series embracing over 500 events at 120 resorts, big and small. USASA continues to be an innovative force in free ski by embracing FIS open class rail jams. The rail jam popped off last night. If you weren't there, it was exciting. Guys back there throwing nice 4 on, 6 on. The progression, like I said, was off the Richter. So in partnership with the USASA Foundation, we've awarded over $25,000 to athletes from our national championship grant program this year. And this scholarship gives out $500 and $1,000 checks to individuals who have qualified for the 2025 USASA National Championship. The criteria was based on who demonstrated the core values of USASA and have shown financial need. We could not do it without the support of our partners and sponsors. So thanks to every sponsor and vendor village and supporter and academy that has shown up for these kids, these events, and especially Copper Mountain. Down in Vendor Village, if you haven't been there, we have Waterville Valley, Wendell's, High Cascade Snowboard Camp, Y East Academy, Killington Mountain School, Carabassa Valley Academy, Vermont Academy at Mount Snow, Park City Ski and Snowboard Club, Stratton Mountain School, Revolution Ski and Blade, Team Summit, Vail Ski and Snowboard Club, and Lee's McCrae. Our sponsors, of course, Columbia coming through another year for us, the official outerwear partner of USASA Halfpipe. Founded back in 1938 in Portland, Oregon, Columbia has grown into a global leader in outdoor apparel. And in the four-season state like Colorado, we've seen it all. We may see it all today. And our Columbia outfits definitely providing us nothing but the best of comfort. U.S. Performance Academy official online school programming of USASA, Pit Viper, the Rail Jam sponsor, Sun and Ski Sports, Cardo Systems, On Mountain Communication, Woodward at Copper, and Copper Mountain. We are about 9 minutes away from the start of this year's 2025 USASA Nationals Freeski Superpipe Championship. You look up at the Columbia flags, there is not a wind blowing. Sun beating down on this Superpipe. We're ready for some exciting action. A lot of these skiers, some, I don't know how many, but a lot, first time here at this event, USASA Nationals, and first time in the Superpipe. As you know, there's only 5 to 6 Superpipes throughout the U.S., and 2 are located in Colorado, 1 here at the Athletes Mountain, Copper Mountain, that is. Where is the other? If anyone else knows, raise your hand, give me a shout out, let me know. I know where it is, I'm just not going to tell you right now. MC Pump going to be calling the action on the 1s and 2s. Been here all week. Last week was definitely action-filled with all the series. As I said, over 30 series. He got the Adirondack Series, the Appalachia Series, Aspen Snowmass, the Big Alaska Snow Series, Big Mountain West, Catskills Mountain, Central Oregon. We've got Grand Canyon Series, Great Lakes Snow Series, Dakota Badlands Series, the Inland Northwest Series, Main Mountain Series, Mid-Atlantic Series, Midwest Best Series, the Mount Hood, New Hampshire Series, North Tahoe, Northern Vermont Series, the Rocky Mountain Series, the Snow Ohio Series, Southeastern, Southern New England Series, South Tahoe Series, Southern California, Southern Vermont Series, Southwest Colorado, the Southwest Free Ride Series, the Unbound Series, and the Upper Midwest Snow Series, as well as Western New York Series, all here to represent the 2025 USASA Nationals Championships. Ready? Yep. We got 8 minutes. Dougie Fresh, you're on. All right. As I said before, USASA Nationals always going to the extreme in bringing in the employees, the staff, the volunteers for USASA Nationals Championships. I got Matty here right now, and I wanted him to give you a little bit of the breakdown of his experience as well as some of the things that USASA provides and the sport itself. What's up, Matty? What's going on?
You know, just enjoying the weather here. You know, gonna have a good day. Sun's out. New week of skiing going on. So, yeah, I began in judging in 1999 for Freeski. The U.S. Open, the Vermont Open, Eastern Open were some of the big things I had judged. Some of those. Just the progression that these guys have had, it's amazing. You know, they've gone from being straight airs and 360s, and now they're throwing dubs and starting to do trips in the pipe. So, you know, the progression is there. Everybody's stepping up their game.
Where did you get the bug from? When and how did you start doing this?
Well, began skateboarding and skiing, and people are like, that doesn't make sense. Why are you skateboarding and skiing? But then I started snowboarding, but I still kept the love for skiing. So that's how I got into judging skiing, because I still was a part of the whole scene and following what everybody was doing. You know, the early days when they were coming up. So then just got into it that way. Just being like we used to have the Vermont U.S. Open in Stratton, Vermont, and then a week later we would do the Vermont Open, where the skiers would keep ride the same course, and I would head judge that. So got into judging all those events that way.
And then give the progression of the events that you continue to work for. I mean, we've worked together on a lot of them, but I just want you to run down the list as you continue to move up what we would call up the ladder.
Well, back in the days, there wasn't really any lower level contests, so it was like everybody was like doing the bigger events. There wasn't any way to progress up and in. So then the Rev Tour adopted in skiing. So then it was like snowboard and skiing. So it was like a way to get into those upper level contests, like gaining points from the AFP contests. And then judges started like doing more contests of like in between Rev Tour and World Cups. There was like another level of contests that were like the AFP Platinums were the high levels. We were doing the golds and the silvers where the kids would qualify into the higher level ones. So then that became a pathway for them to move up. And then FIS took over all the AFP, and it just became what it is today. You know, Futures Tour, Rev Tour, World Cups, Olympics. That's the pathway. You got to earn your way through all those steps.
And so watching athletes and you coming through the ranks as well, what are some of the values that you think USASA instills? Because it's one of the first that they come in contact with, in connection with USASA.
Yeah, I think like in the early days, like, well, it was just kind of like you're competing by yourself. But here at USASA, it's more camaraderie. You know, like you meet friends for life, you compete with them forever. You know, it's a way to instill values of, you know, respect, helping the other guy when his ski pops off. You stop and pick it up. You know, you're bros. You're hanging for the rest of your lives together. You know.
Yeah, like you said, we're about to start off a competition. Thanks for coming through, Matty. Always holding it down, representing. Always fun working with you, announcing with you. Friends for life. USASA has Layers. That's the title of this year, Layers. Five, 6, 6 is a what? DNS. It's my shit. My pencils and shit always be missing. I don't know if they like roll off or.
Are we now? We're like leaning back, right?
Yeah. We did know. But I'm like, where's my. Yes. Kind of like pencils.
I like pencils too.
All right, give me a time check. It is 10 o'clock, time for a competition. Turn that radio up, I can't hear you.
So this is what it'll look like. This is our schedule. Yep, breaker used, run 1.
All right, as you heard, from Matty Jay. USASA has acted as a stepping stone for athletes aiming for higher profile competitions. And acts as a feeder system for the X-Game competitors, serves as the pipeline for snowboarding and ski athletes aiming to qualify for the U.S. Freeski team and represent the U.S. at the Winter Olympics. And many USASA athletes make the transition to Dew Tour, Rev Tour, and Futures, as well as the Grand Prix and a slew of other competitions necessary to compete at this high level. This is where it begins. Not only that, but USASA has increasingly focused on adaptive, which provides opportunities for athletes dropping in on course. Bib number 570, Renzo Singer, lookers right, ready to start us off with the Freeski Breaker boys. The USASA Nationals Championship is underway. Right away switch coming around with the right left three, or right three, excuse me, coming back. The nice left five, going to get inverted with a nice flare. Dubbing up on that, nice, getting inverted, hanging out in the air with the nice flare. And this super pipe lighting it up. You've got to have those flames. You got to be pumped up. Bib number 570, not afraid to open the doors. Renzo Singa. The Freeski Breaker boy, starting us off here at USASA Super Pipe 2025 Nationals Championships. Oh, yep, thank you. All right, lookers right, locked and loaded. Cash the weights on course for the USASA Nationals Super Pipe Championship. Nice 9 coming out the gate. Mellowing out a little bit, getting all that sun he can. Gonna ride away switch on that Sev, coming back into a nice switch right 3. He's from the Rocky Mountain Series, getting huge right there. You know, riding and practicing, hanging out with Stefan and those guys. Getting a little bit of surf in on his spare time. Give it up for Cash, the weights. Bib number 519 in his first run here for Freeski Breaker boys. As the judges deliberating, we look up top to see who's locked and loaded in the gates and ready to join us with their presence here at the Super Pipe, the world famous Super Pipe here at Copper Mountain. Bib number 636, Asher Dunn, coming in on course. Nice point. Going with a couple of straight airs, getting amplitude popping out of the pipe right there. From the South Tahoe Series. Very comfortable in this pipe here. 22 feet super pipe. Definitely don't find a lot of those around the world or in the States. Nice 3 there. Going to finish it off with another 3. And that's going to do it for that first run for Asher Dunn in the South Tahoe Series. You add in the measurements of a 3 to 4 foot child and a 22 foot super pipe. That's a big difference. So I know on TV everything looks smaller than it is, but I'm going to call it the way it is. That's about the size of it, 22 feet. So these guys are up about 2 stories high. You can imagine your child jumping out a 2-story high window. That's what's going on today. And some of them getting a little bit more out of the pipe. So add that to the feet. Asher Dunn coming through nicely. Oliver Coffee ready to drop in on course for the North Tahoe Series 2025 Super Pipe Championships here at Nationals in Copper Mountain. Going with the flare off bat, gonna get inverted. Coming back with a lot of amplitude, looking for and going for that nice sev, adding to that 5 out of practice. Gonna slow him up, maybe because he did do that instead of the 5. Gonna get a lot of air right there with the nice Japan coming back into the pipe, trying to pump through for a couple more hits as he finishes off this first run. Let's hear it for Oliver Coffee with the North Tahoe Series. Did he throw a 7 instead of that 9? Left 7. Right 5. So he must have done a flare, right 5, left 7. That's probably what he did, and I didn't see that left 7. Yeah, see, no one saw that. Pleased to meet you. All right, we're off to a wonderful start here at USASA Nationals. Bib number 745 ready to drop in on course. Lookers left. That's going to be Jacob Luft. On course. Jacob getting it in. Nice wall spin there. From the Southern Vermont Series, you know, Southern Vermont definitely does not have a 22-foot pipe, so checking out the comfortability of riding something so massive. Great day for it. Skirting out right there, gonna pump through. Get another one. There we go, the wall ride. As we finish it off, Jacob Luft from the Southern Vermont Series, bib number 745, and their first run. All right, we're ready for bib number 560. Declan Christensen. Yes, it is. Declan going for the grab right there as he pops out of the pipe. Bib number 560, Christensen on course. Riding away, switch. Declan Christensen. The extreme sports world is an electrifying, high-energy realm where athletes push themselves to the absolute limit, often dancing with danger and embracing risk as part of their journey. This is where gravity-defying stunts, explosive speeds, and heart-pounding thrills are the norm. We're here, USASA. The reward, however, is just as extreme, the thrill of mastering an insane course. We are here for just that. Bib number 1540, Miles Pugh, on course from the Southern Cal Series, Team Bear. Getting a nice grab there as he comes out of the pipe. Only started doing this about 2 weeks ago. Nice wall ride right there. Pretty good, right? 2 weeks ago. Can you believe it? You know, as a matter of fact, I think Miles, shout out to Miles and the family, Sean White went out there and rode with those guys in their half of this size pipe a couple of weeks ago. So maybe he's pumped up and ready to go. Representing for that first run, bib number 1540, Miles Pugh. Right? He got that 2 weeks ago. All right, looks like bib number 397 locked and loaded up there from the North Tahoe Series. Micah Rodarte. On course. Going huge right there with a right side cork 9. Coming back with a left. Oh my goodness. Going with a nice 5 right there. Getting a mute grab in. Coming back with a safety grab on that left Sev. Going to finish it off right away switch with that 5. That's going to do it for Micah. The North Tahoe Series. First run, bib number 397, Freeski Breaker Boys USASA Nationals Championship. Look where my pencil is. Look where my pencil is.
You can use it wherever you need.
Wow, what a run. Miles Pugh putting it down right there, or Micah following it up. And now on course, we have bib number 572, Cashel Glennon. Cashel kicking up some dust right there. He's getting the amplitude popping out of the pipe. 2025, what a rotation right there. Putting it together nicely, doubling up, riding away. Let's see if those hands go up in the air. A nice 5 both ways. Cashel Glennon, bib number 572, finishing off that first run for the Freeski Breaker Boys, 13 to 14 years of age here at USASA Nationals. As extreme sports has evolved, so did the culture surrounding them. So what started with Devils doing stunts in the streets or the mountains slowly grew into full-blown events with global followings. And it isn't just enough to watch an athlete pull off an insane trick. The atmosphere definitely matches the energy here at Copper Mountain as this sun peeks out over the mountains. And it's a beautiful day in Colorado for a competition. We're well on our way for the Freeski Breaker Boys, 13 to 14 years of age. Bib number 741, Quinn Farmer looked like he's locked and loaded up there on course and ready to start off his first run. Getting massive Putnam chest amplitude right there. Going down after that first hit. Looks a lot worse than it really is, but it is a measurement of 22 feet coming out of that pipe. We love these moments because they encapsulate the essence of extreme sports. The combination of adrenaline, skill, creativity, and risk. These athletes embody a spirit of exploration, innovation, and fearlessness. They constantly challenge the limits of physics, gravity, and what's humanly possible, making them pioneers in their sports. So give it up for Quinn Farmer. Ready to drop in on course, bib number 789, Kier Stragatsky on course. Kier getting a lot of amplitude right there, going for the grab. Gonna get it again. Gonna come back into the pipe 3 times, getting out of there 4. Nicely done. Just getting amplitude out of there. So we'll add another 2 to 3 feet. Nice 25 feet up, 2 stories up before throwing down right there. A nice Sev coming back, riding away switch. And that's going to do it for the first run of Kier Stragatsky. Getting both way 5s out of the Aspen Snowmass Series. We'll see how he does on that second run. Nicely done with the rotations and the amplitude. I think I should go a little bit faster than that, right? The song too slow, guys? As the judges deliberate, we go back up on course to see who we have locked and loaded, ready to drop in for this USASA Nationals 2025 championship. What? This is great. Is that Logan Drake? That is. Bib number 439 dropping in on course. Logan Drake. Logan from the Mount Hood series. Getting a nice grab right there. Nice highlighter pants. Rocking it out for the Freeski Breaker boys. Logan got a surprise for you, going for the grabs there, keeping it cool. But if I know Logan, he's just pumping up for something towards the end. And there we go, nice three riding away. So which, give it up for Logan Drake in the Mount Hood series.
Yeah, it smells delicious.
You should eat some of that deliciousness.
So what is it that you were saying that was working for you?
How many of you were able to check out the opening ceremony with Vivi Oates, the 9-year-old from the Appalachia series, coming in? She's going to be doing all 4 events representing Virginia Beach. VB in the house, just killing them with the national anthem. As we had Molly Griffith, the 13-year-old from the Main Mountain series, signing the national anthem with mentorship from Stacy Basulik, the mom of a 17-year-old freestyle athlete. Oh man, it was amazing. 35th annual. On course, we have Declan Sexton, bib number 669 from New Hampshire. The Boston representative out there on course. Getting a nice rotation, a little bit of pop right there, pumping through the pipe. Taking advantage of that speed right there. Going to come back around in the sun with a little bit of fun around the world and back. Give it up for Declan Sexton, bib number 669.
I need their notes.
If you can say all this in one day, I'd be like,
All your questions.
yeah, you can have that. I'll let you come in anytime you want. I think I'll have some skiers come in. .680. Colin Lee dropping in on course. Liquors left. Colin coming in, get a lot of amplitude right there as the flags from Columbia begin to sway. He throws in a rotation the left way, going to come back left, getting the way he wants to go comfortably through that pipe. The altitude only matched nice. Putting his hand down there by the airplane, and the crows flying above as this half pipe competition underway. USASA Nationals, going to reroute around from that Sev, reverting into a switch. Alley-oop 3 to finish it off for Colin Lee. say? Oh, both way. He's going to go both way cork nines. Nice. I'll be taking notes on my pages. And then I get 2 pages together. I got to get rid of one. Getting rid of this one. Got drilled. All right, after this, I got a spiel. All right, Stephen Knowles dropping in on course, bib number 510. Area code 510, hashtag that. If you are having fun out here, we are USASA as he gets a nice grab in. You're going to come back across into amplitude zone, going for the tail. Kicking up a little bit of dust as he comes through the transition, but going to go through the rotation. Amplitude, the thing that he's looking for. As Mr. Knowles comes through with that first run, nice rotation, getting that nice 5 in, left ollie 5, and going to go with a nice right 3 right and a switch. Yeah, he didn't have enough for that one. All right, getting a lot of rotations in right there. USASA Nationals. Some people understanding what's going on, some don't. The rider jumps off the ground by pressing down and then popping into the air is what we're calling the ollie. Bending the knee, compressing down. You can do that off the tail if you want. It's named after the skateboarder Alan Ollie Gelfand, who invented the trick in the late 1970s on a skateboard. The trick transitioning to snowboarding and ski, a fundamental trick used usually for jumping over obstacles or into grabs, but you'll see a lot of those today, as well as nose grabs, tail grabs, and a slew of other. The history, common in freestyle, has been signature tricks for a lot of these skiers and riders alike. 2025, no difference when you're riding opposite or backwards as a skier. We call it switch, emphasized in the 1990s by the snowboarders, especially in the park. And then when riding super pipe, we're back to our competition, bib number 790, Strider Marska, on course for his first run here at the USASA Nationals 2025 Super Pipe Championship. Rider getting the grab there, gonna go ahead and switch around, getting comfortable or jiggy with it as he comes through this pipe. Lots of amplitude, wanting to keep that amplitude and that speed as he comes into these hits. How many hits? Well, usually about 7, but some of these riders capable of doing up to 10, some going a little bit bigger and doing 5, depending on where your groove is and what you're looking at when you want to land.
Why are we like totally sliding downhill right now?
The back of us melted. We're weighted. We're weighted. It's over. We got to drop the ass in the trunk. We got speakers in the trunk.
Oh my god.
We got some speakers in the trunk.
We can still do that.
Yeah.
Really?
I think so. You know they be doing it. At least 2 or 3 people. Somebody gonna come by hump it. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. On course. Bib number 678, Waylon Gorbage. Waylon going for the grab there as the flags die down on the short wall. Starting off, let's count them, 4 hits. Waylon weighing in, coming back for 6. A nice revert out of that 5, coming into another one, but going to right away switch on that one. A nice number of hits right there for Waylon Gorbage as he closes the door on that first run at Freeski Breaker Boys USASA Nationals Championship here at the Halfpipe in colorful Colorado. Shout out to all those invested from ski schools and programs. Many ski resorts and mountain areas offer snowboarding ski schools where beginners can take lessons and more advanced riders can hone their skills. Specialized programs such as those run by the U.S. Snowboard Team and Ski Team and Woodward and Copper also provide high performance and quality training. The coaches, shout out to the coaches out there. For any of you that do want to be a coach, you got to go check with PSIA and AASI. You got to play the letter game to be down for that. On course, Joey Goddard, bib number 734. Looking for the amplitude right there. Remember again, 22 feet. Where did its pipes start? I remember hand digging pipes over in Breckenridge. Matter of fact, some of my Breckenridge compadres here with me in the booth. Always good to see these riders finish off nicely, and that's a nice run right there. Finishing it off in a rotative mode. A shout out to the families who play a crucial role in the development of these young skiers. Parents and guardians often encourage their kids to pursue Freeski, fostering a love for the sport and maintaining a healthy, competitive attitude. Also, our coaches, for competitive riders, coaches help with competition strategies, including trick selection and approaches to the training. Coaches also help athletes with off-season training, including strength conditioning programs to ensure athletes stay in peak physical condition. And snowboarding and ski require strong mental focus. Coaches provide guidance on how to handle competition stretch, visualize tricks, and remain calm under pressure. So shout out to our coaches playing a big role here. USASA Nationals Championship. On course, Botan Bartha. They're ready to drop it for the 2025 USASA Nationals Championship. Pumped up and throwing a nice cork 9. Oh, going down right there. Botan Bartha, bib number 504, making his presence felt on that first run. Straight hawking into the air. Got Martian blood, green blood. As he hears it from the crowd, he's going to go back and reload for that Y. The risk versus the reward on that first hit. Very important, trying to get the attention of the judges. Not only through that first hit, but the last hit. As we have our next rider in on course, bib number 608, Tio Bergstrom.
Oh, this is Heather.
Hi, Heather. How you doing? Nice 5 out of that left. Gonna shift his way into, that was a lot of amplitude right there. No joke with the amplitude coming through those two hits after that left 5. Nice variance right there from Mr. Bergstrom, bib number 608 in that first run. We'll see what he does and puts together for the second as we enjoy a beautiful day. Don't forget to hydrate and definitely put on some sunblock as I work on my tan. MC Pump having a great time here hanging out USASA Nationals, calling it as we see it in colorful Colorado. The years, the history, and the experience all culminating with the staff of the event and the management, event staff handling the logistics and organization of these ski and free ski events, such as setting up the course and coordinating with the athletes, ensuring the safety of the competitors and spectators, and managing schedules. Shout out to them and our medical staff and team that keep safety are available on site for emergencies and work closely with the event organizers to ensure that we have safety and that we uphold that. So USASA Nationals coming through for 2025, dropping in on course, Brecken, Russell, bib number 590, lookers right. Getting lots of amplitude right there. You at about 6 to that 22, and he's going about 28, 24 feet out that first hit. Nice 5 right there, landing deep in the pipe. No sugar in the bowl yet, but these guys keeping it clean as they continue to ride through, getting amplitude right there. Another 4-footer on that straight air. Gonna do it for that first run, just getting comfortable. Give it up for Brecken, Russell. Nothing like a fresh fruit cup on a colorful day in Colorado. We've got a competition. Freeski Breaker boys jumping off on course. Bib number 743, Anson Beaulieu on course. Hanson getting the amplitude for the grab off the first, coming with amplitude there, landing a little bit deep. Going to get his rotation in right there. Coming back twice. Let's see if we get an area code. No, he's going to change it up, go for that straight air. And going for it, but missing the grab, trying to stay off the wall. These guys, a lot of them, never in a 22-foot pipe, and if so, not often. Half the size most of the time, representing in a major way and the biggest size, bib number 743, Anson Beaulieu with his first run, the Freeski Breaker boys. Oscar Ove, bib number 728, dropping in on course as our 24th skier comes in for this Freeski Breaker boys. Getting out of the pipe there at that first hit. Lots of amplitude coming into that left 5. We're going to do it again, the right 5. Going for the area code. Lots of amplitude right there as well. Trying to keep that going. Riding away switch. 5, going to right away switch on that as well. Into left 1. Oh, getting it the American way. And rolling away. That's going to do it for his first run. Oscar, bib number 728. As we give a shout out and a head count to the Waterville Valley, Wendell's High Cascade Snowboard Camp, Y East Academy, Killington Mountain School, Carrabassett Valley Academy, Vermont Academy and Mount Snow, Bark City and Snowboard Club, Stratton Mountain School, Revolution Ski and Blade, Team Summit, Vail Ski and Snowboard Club, and Lees McRae for the vendor village opportunities that you have down there. Everyone coming through, as well as our sponsors here at the Super Pipe, Columbia, the official partner of USASA, founded in 1938, Portland, Oregon, coming through for us once again with some stees and some drip as we represent the 2025 USASA Nationals Championship here at the Super Pipe. For Freeski, bib number 1351 on course, Caleb Gordon. Oh, Caleb coming with a nice left cork 9. Coming with a right 5. Gonna go into that left 5 blunt. Right there, nice tail. Oh, throwing in a 7. Does he have room for it? Gonna go with that switch 3. And yeah, finish it off right there. A lot of hits right there by Caleb Gord. Let's hear it for bib number 1351. Putting it together with a lot of rotations there from the Aspen Snowmass Series. First run. Second to the last of the Freeski Breaker boys, 13 to 14 years of age. We'll see as the judges deliberate before we check out Lockheed High Stand. East Stand? High Stand? Oh, these names. If you weren't here earlier and I didn't get a chance to come out there and check your name, go ahead and come up here so I say it right. Bib number 444, closing the door on those first runs. Freeski Breaker boards on course for the USASA Nationals 2025 Freeski Championship here at Copper Mountain. The altitude off the chain, nice flare right there coming in to this hit right here. Gonna double up, insanely going huge, coming back to a nice left 5. Gonna finish it off here. Riding away switch, oh my goodness. Locking it in, bib number 444. For the Freeski Breaker boys. Great run. Put together all these athletes coming together. Shout out to the rest of our sponsors. U.S. Performance Academy, official online school programming of USASA. Pit Viper Rail Jam sponsor, Sun and Ski Sports. Cardo Systems on mountain communication. Woodward at Copper and Copper Mountain. As we take a break, the wind pick up. In the Four Seasons state of Colorado, we have a competition underway. MC Pump.
I've heard your voice many times. I'm Heather. Nice to meet you.
675. All right, we're going to head back up top. Freeski Youth Men. Bib number 675, Drake Elworthy on course for the switch. Freeski Youth Men USASA Nationals 2025. Nice flare, going huge right there. Staring down the pipe, coming into this nice left 5. Getting lots of amplitude, sending it deep on the pipe. Going to come back right away, switch after that rotation. Going to come with a nice 1 out. Going to come into what we would call a nice 3. Finishing it off for Drake Elworthy, bib number 675. This is the 35th annual USASA Nationals Championship, bouncing off that 1988 start. Chuck Allen and the original Nationals back in Snow Valley, California, back in the 90s. Jeez, what were you doing in the 90s? Did you have a snurfer? Right. Brody Garrison on course. bib number 786. Lighten up the pipe right there with the amplitude. Going to come in to get the grab as he consistently comes in, matching the pipe somewhat. I don't know, between the colors, kind of blending in right there. Nice rotation on the one. The one that made it happen, made it come back. Count the hits. Maximum upon them chest, seeing, hitting it. Brody Curtis, number 786. First run done. Comfortably coming through right there. Shout out to our volunteers as well. Volunteers help with many tasks, from assisting with registration and guiding spectators to maintaining the snow and course conditions. They also assist in the operations of similar local competitions or events. So shout out to all those parents, volunteers, friends, family members who fill those shoes. Dropping in on course, Cooper Kading. Kading on course, bib number 1357. Lots of amplitude right there, getting about 4 feet out as the wind picks up on the wood-witted copper flags a sway. Well, it's a day here in the park as it comes over that left side. You see the sun peering in, not wanting to do too many rotations, getting blinded by that sun as they peek over right there. So looking for the amplitude, looking for the bottom, the drop, and it's over. Bib number 1357, Cooper Kading, with his first run. Pineapples, cantaloupe, all that good stuff. All right, bib number 580, dropping in on course, Dax Haliki. Dax getting maximum amplitude on those flares. You'd say he's going about 28, 30 feet in the air. Oh my goodness, Flair Thompson coming through. Right there, tripling up. Dax having his way with this pipe, riding away. Switch right there. Lots and lots of amplitude put together for Dax. Leaky. Bib number 580 on course, finishing it off with about 4 flares. This pipe definitely has experienced no less than greatness as these riders continue to show the progression of the sport for the Freeski Youth Men USASA Nationals 2025 Championships over here at Freeski Super Pipe. Next up on course, locked and loaded, bib number 1413, Alexander Lai. Alexander from the North Tahoe series as the wind picks up, dropping in on course. Going for a nice Japan safety right there. Coming into the tail grab. Nice alley-oop 3. Coming from a series where you got to realize there is no pipe like this. The Mount Hood series. The North Tahoe series. A lot of these Southern California series. A lot of these series coming in representing their states in a major way as Alexander Lai finishes off his first run with the North Tahoe series, bib number 1413. Bib number 657 on course, Cameron Alfred. Cameron getting a lot of straight airs there, going for the Japan. Coming back in. You ever wondered the reasoning behind the names? Similar to traditional Japan gesture of bowing or holding a symbol, gained popularity in the early 2000s, becoming a staple in freestyle skiing. So you wonder why you see him doing it so much. It's a staple, man. We're here throwing down. It's going down. 2025, not only are we gaining history, but the tricks themselves are gain popularity like this sport did. 2025 free ski competition underway. USASA Nationals. Cameron Alfred finishing off his run. We have bib number 1280, Lance Chang on course. Lance coming across, going for the grab. Not getting it, but getting into massive amplitude area as he continues to keep that steez going through. Gonna get it. Oh, nice, huge 5 right there. Lance looking around like, did you see that? Surprising himself maybe, but having fun with it. Give it up for Lance Chang. You know, some of the staples of Colorado, Coors being one of them, but probably no kin. Jack Coors dropping in on course. Bib number 569. Kicking up some dust right there over that first lip, aka the deck, or the coping, whatever you want to call it, whether you're skateboarding or skiing. Super Pipe getting a lot of its things from skating as well as other sports. Riding away switch and reverting around right there. Kind of lost his way through the pipe. Give it up for Jack Coors, bib number 569. He'll be back for another run here with the Freeski youth men, 15 to 16 years of age. Let's rage. Wagwan Dread. Wabm. Dem fanoya no I cool man sin. Bless. Talking to the dude with the dreads over there, but he a fake dread. He ain't a real dread. Dem fano. All right, it looks like my boy Ben Shu is dropping in on course from the Southern California series. You know, this is another series that does not have a super pipe like this, so shout out to these guys coming in with smaller size pipes and having to represent here at Nationals. 22-foot super pipe. Ben Shu on course, bib number 434. Ooh. Oh, nice rotation right there, riding away switch. Let's hear it for Ben. Sorry I couldn't say nothing, Ben. I caught myself drinking some water, and I added some limes to it, but I didn't peel the limes, and that was just the worst taste ever. Feel like I'm licking the back of my throat right now. What the heck is going on? Give me some of those pineapples. What about? All right. There we go. Lookers right. Luca Christensen on course, bib number 708. Luca showing and proving, keeping it consistent. on the grabs, going with the same amplitude. Each one getting a lot of clearance out of that pipe, getting to the top and some air off of that. That's good. Always finishing on your feet. Going to get the rotation in. Riding away switch. Give it up for Luca Christensen. Is that Jeffrey Brown dropping it on course, bib number 1263. Ready to start off his Freeski youth run. Getting in the grabs, a lot of amplitude coming out of the pipe right there. To Japan's going to a nice 5, going to get a nice flare after that. So Japan, 5 flare, 5, 5. This is going with the switch out. Going to finish off that rotation nicely. Jeffrey Brown going huge right there, getting in a nice rotation. Off of every trick, taking advantage of it as we head back up top in preparation for bib number 540 getting locked and loaded. Judges deliberating as the riders come through, performing different parts of the competition. Perform the skier grabs the ski during the jump or the trick for style points. Common grabs include the mute, safety, and tail grabs. The name based on the part of the ski getting grabbed. These grabs and style control the aerial tricks. Dropping in on course, bib number 540, Joseph Svitana. Okay, for sure. Gotcha. On course. Coming in with a lot of speed. Joe must have a plan. Yes, he does. Sticking that cork 9. Gonna come back with a nice 5. Lots of amplitude right there. Gonna come back, get the grab in. And the rotation, stomping it. Riding away switch on this one. Going to come back. Getting out of there nicely. Liking the amplitude. Not wanting that other hit. Or the other two. That's going to do it for Joseph Svitana. I'm trying to think if that's German. James Bowles, or Bowles, on course. Bib number 525. Going for the nice big air alley-oops. Coming back into that sunlight, looking for it. Gonna get that rotation. Nice alley right there. Straight air coming into another alley-oop. Setting himself up. I think here it comes. Looks like a 3 right here. Oh, yeah. That's it. Riding away switch. Give it up. For the Southern Vermont Series, you got to remember that's his first year riding here. And in Okemo, I'm sorry, the pipe is just not that big. So if that's where you're practicing, I mean, hey, Shout out to those guys out there, man. Southern Vermont Series, Ross Powers and James, bib number 525, finishing it off in a big way. For the Freeski Youth Men, the USASA National Superpipe Championship underway. This is their first run as we continue. Looks like we've got the Oregon Series. Adam Brown represents another first year dropping in on course. Bib number 582, Roman Shreves. Going inverted is something new for Roman. So, deep right there, getting a lot of amplitude. And you can tell these guys gearing up. When you see them bobbleheading around and getting all that amplitude, they're going to throw something major. So you watch out for them getting amplitude this time. But I guarantee the Shreves, first year here from Oregon in the Super Pipe, bib number 582, finishing off maximum Pondem chest. Lots of amplitude for the Roman. Keenan Joyner from the Appalachian Cities. On course, bib number 782. Sometimes it's the song that gets people hyped and the way you say the name. He ain't even go yet. Oh, nice. Going for it, sticking that 5, poking out, going to get some style as he pumps his way through the pipe. Going to double up right away, switch right there, reverting in, trying to get some of that amplitude going with the speed. Coming through that sugar in the pipe, building up after these guys continually just assault those walls. Nice 5 right there, going to ride away with a lot of rotation. Let's hear it. Throwing down that area code and pumped up Keenan Joyner, bib number 782. All right, bib number 535, Braden Grosshandler on course for the New Hampshire Series out there in New Hampshire, getting a nice flare right there, representing that Loon Mountain Assassination Team squad. They're out there having fun with it, kind of coming in on the coping on the deck right there. But again, to continue this first run, these guys like to get as much as they can out of the runs. So he's going to pump his way through, getting a rotation there. But coming in for something wonderful towards the end. He's in muscle memory mode, so he's going to do what he has to do to get out of this pipe alive, and then spin his way out and riding away switch. Braden Grosshandler has left the building. Skiing with the opposite foot forward, similar to snowboarders skiing switch riding. Free skiers tricks while riding backwards, adding difficulty and style. Switch refers to riding in a reversed position, and it became prominent, I guess, in 2000 with the rise of free ski, freestyle, and terrain park skiing. And today you have both of those being put together for what we call a corkscrew of a heck of an event here at Copper Mountain. Dropping in on course, Alexander Fayad for his first run, bib number 506. Getting a nice grab there with the amplitude. Straight air, going to come back for another, trying to go cross for the style points. That does get you points getting the grab. They are looking for the speed, the amplitude, and the style. Creativity, a big part of scoring here. Getting comfortable, another part of these riders and skiers as they continue to not only achieve personal boundaries and break through some of the achievements and goals that they've set for themselves over the year, but also astounding and completing something that's qualifying enough for the judges to get on that podium. USASA Nationals is a championship, and skiing with its history, origins dating back to ancient times, began developing modern tricks in the 1980s and the 1990s as free skiing and freestyle emerged. With the rise of terrain parks, tricks like grabs and spins became common, leading to a more aggressive and creative form of skiing. In the 2000s, ski tricks such as the double cork and more complex aerial flips became more mainstream, so the sports evolved from their roots where skiers push the limits of creativity and athleticism in the air. On course, bib number 15, 29, Colin Wong. He only started 3 weeks ago, so shout out to him for being out there throwing a nice 5 right there. The Big Mountain West Series transferring from the Southern Vermont Series, going with a nice flare. Hold on a second. You said he started 3 weeks ago, huh? There it is. Coming in with a lot of amplitude, getting style, having fun out there and creativity. Here it is in front of the crowd. Holla if you hear me. Colin Wan, that is, from the Big Mountain West Series, bib number 15, 29 with the Freeski Youth Men here at USASA Nationals. The judges are ready. The fans are ready for bib number 416. Dropping in on course, Miles Goller. Miles going for some of the grabs that have become so famous in the ski world. Japan and the Mute getting a nice rotation right there. Gonna come around after that alley. Ooh. And go for another grab right there. It's so easy to fall in love with the sport of free skiing. As you can see, these athletes having fun out there, throwing down with a nice switch as Miles Goller rides away. Bib number 416. Both snowboarding and skiing evolved with tricks becoming more complex over time, starting with the basic grabs and spins to off-axis flips, cork flips and double corks and adding difficulty with double rotations and switch riding. We see the switch there. Nolan Street on course, bib number 660 with a nice flare coming into this second one, getting lots of amplitude right there. The Appalachian Series is skiing right there. Shout out to Ski Barn and Snow Creek Mountain Sports, as Nolan Street likes to put it. Bib number 660, getting out of the coping in the deck, getting a lot of amplitude, and hearing it from the crowd, Mr. Nolan Street. Continuing the assault on this half pipe here at Copper Mountain. We prepare for our slip crew, the world famous slip crew, coming in and ready to get the sugar out of the bowl as we continue with our second run of USASA Nationals Super Pipe Championships. I am MC Pump, your announcer extraordinaire, here to represent nothing but style, steez, Swayze, creativity, and drip. Holla. Looks like we've got Summer Woodward at Copper as well coming in, helping out the ski school, representing, this is their house. Shout out to Copper Mountain. Rider up there. All right, Renzo Singer on course. Oh, yeah. Looks like we got some movement. Renzo Singer, rev number 570, being attended to. Renzo sitting up and responsive. Looks like we got some movement out of him. He might try to stand up. Let's hear it from the crowd. Renzo Singer, bib number 570, Freeski Breaker Boys. Lorenzo Singer hearing it from the crowd. I think they just did.
Well, yeah, but we can see where the...
Oh, the divots. Gotta speak it. All right, we're back at the competition, USASA Nationals 2025 Freeski Superpipe Championship. MC Pump here. We are ready for Freeski Breaker Boys' second run. We are with the best in the world, the future of the sport, as we continue this championship with bib number 519, Cash the Weights, on course for the Rocky Mountain Series. Lookers right. Cash coming into the super pipe on course with a nice cork 9, going huge right there with the amplitude. Coming into a nice 5 right there. Waking and surfing, riding away switch. That's probably where he gets that from. Summertime wake. Lots of amplitude. That's about 10 feet above the coping. So we'll round that up about 32 feet. In the air, amplitude massive upon them chests. The Cash Man, the Weights. Over 30 series represented here. The Adirondack Series with Emily Jackson and Felicia Lynn. The Appalachian Series, Dennis and Jason. The Aspen Snowmass Series with Jason and Josh. A lot of series coming together, over 30 USASA Nationals Championship. Asher Dunn on course for his second run in the South Tahoe Series. With a nice straight air, going to ride that wall nicely. Coming in, getting a grab. Going to go Japan to the tail. That's 4 hits in, 5. He's definitely got his rotation down. We're going to go with 6 right there. And then a nice 7 into 8 hits right there. Rotation, riding away, switch. Looking for another. Was he going to be the one with the most hits out of this pipe? A lot of hits right there. Styling out that 3 for bib number 636, Asher Dunn. Bib number 1286 for his second run, ready to drop in on course. Freeski Breaker boys, 13 to 14 years of age. Oliver Coffey. Oliver Coffey dropping in on course from the North Tahoe Series. Coming in, lots of air. Check out the flare as he comes in. The crow flies east, and he's coming down with his second run here at the 2025 USASA Nationals, riding away switch. With that Sav going to come ahead and come back in, set up again for this amplitude as he rocks his way through this half pipe with another flare coming in nicely, getting inverted. The North Tahoe Series representative going huge right there with a nice nose. 1286, Oliver Coffey, being true to the game and the game being true to him as 2025 USASA Nationals half pipe competition underway. The second run for these guys, holding it down, representing in a major way for the sport and the future of it. Extreme, that is, Freeski style. All right, Jacob Luft wanting to get in on the fun. Second run ready. The Southern Vermont Series. Not looking for that bubble, but might be on it. Bib number 745. Oh, look at that. As the jet comes across to spray us, the chemtrails. He better hurry up with his run before he gets sprayed with these chemtrails. He's either not going to come back down or he's going to come back down looking like an alien. What the heck is going on in this world? The flags are moving. Columbia, the sponsor here. USASA Nationals half-pipe riding away switch. Jacob Luft getting a lot of oil spins. Representing that Japan from the Southern Vermont Series. Bib number 745. We're going to try another bib. Bib number 560. Declan Christensen on course for his second run. Another fun day Sunday in the park. And nicely done. You know, a great run is always a run you finish on your feet. And Declan Christensen definitely doing that. Second run, Freeski Breaker boys. We're done. Second run and done. Where did I stop with the series? Catskill Mountain Series, Central Oregon Series, Grand Canyon Series, Great Lakes Snow, Inland Northwest, Main Mountain Series, Mid-Atlantic, Midwest Best, Mount Hood, all represented here in Colorado, USASA Nationals as we continue. Bib number 1540, Miles Pugh dropping in on course from Southern California. Team Bear, what's up? Fourth trip to Nationals here, having fun. Great outfit right there. The style coming all the way out. Oh, 2 weeks ago. No, I said they had the visit from Sean White 2 weeks ago. But yeah, Team Bear representing right there with bib number 1540, Miles Pugh. Shout out to Dustin Lyman holding it down and representing with all the faculty, staff, employees, and volunteers here at Copper Mountain, the Athletes Mountain. Be looking forward to that dinner. You know how we always say we're going to hang out. We never do, but I'm going to kick it with him. Cool Cat and the president and GM of Copper Mountain holding it down in a major way. As we continue with Micah Rodarte on course. Going for that nice cork 9 right there. A nice 5 coming out of that one. Let's see if we keep it going. Yeah, going to keep it going. Nice Sev. Going to come into, back in with a nice 5. Switchback 5. Switch right 5, by Micah Rodarte. And the North Tahoe Series. Bib number 397. Holding it down. Improving on that first run with the amplitude and the style, getting a lot of grab in right there. So we're going to head back up top to Cashel Glennon on course, bib number 572, for his second run here with the Freeski Breaker boys. Squirreling out right that on that 5. Got the revert. Looks like the pipe snake coming in to grab him. For that run, snaking away that second one. Cashel Glennon, bib number 572. Mishaps any given Sunday. Anything can happen. In the Freeski Breaker boys world of the Super Pipe, USASA Nationals here at Copper Mountain. Quinn Farmer snaking a run in the pipe. Oh, there's another chemtrail. Oh, they're getting us. We thought we were safe up here. Bib number 789, Kier Strogatsky on course from the Aspen Snowmass Series. Going in with a lot of amplitude right there. Nice straight air coming into the other. Gonna get lots of amplitude on these. Looking for a couple of big ones here. There's the 5 right there. We're gonna get another one going both ways. Another fun day in the park for Kier. Taking it easy. Comfortable with that first run, adding to a little bit with the amplitude. Gonna get that rotation down smoothly. Oh yeah, riding away switch. Kier Stragetsky. Give number 789 with his second run. While MC Pump is one of the most recognizable, he's not alone. Other legendary figures have played a major role in shaping the culture and the hype around extreme sports. Brad Jay, known for his infectious energy and deep knowledge of extreme sports. Brad Jay is an iconic voice in the extreme sports world and communities. Brad, my boy, I remember they brought him down, and it was me, him, the Dingo. Shout out to the Dingo and his Australian roots, combined with his passion for the sports, you know, his creativity and the way that he engaged in so many athletes' lives and extreme sports events, losing a legend and losing the Dingo. Shout out to Dave Double D Duncan as well. Recognizable voices that have represented themselves here or represented USASA in a major way. Glad to be a part of that MC announcer family as bib number 1439 dropping in on course, Logan Drake. Logan from the Mount Hood series on course. Other snowboarder and MCs like here, Dylan, and oh man, we look back on the background of the sport itself and where each part has come. We've got Jack Matroni, another snowboarder turned announcer. Craig McMorris, one of the best in the snowboarding world. His voice, the fans trust. Brando Graham, next BMX legend. Not only known for his skills on a bike, but also incredible energy as an MC. Luke Van Valen, a former skier, prominent voice in the world. As we continue the competition, a Freeski, Declan Sexton on course. And 3, 2, 1. Oh, we're done. The New Hampshire series, Loon Mountain, Boston representative, finishing it off nicely right there. Declan Sexton, bib number 669. It's a lot. Colin Lee dropping in on course, bib number 680. Colin getting a lot of amplitude right there. Getting the rotation in. Oh, going huge. Doubling up, looking for that 7 and that 5. Oh my goodness. Throwing down, looks like he lost a piece of hardware in the pipe there. Could be just his phone. You know? It'll be down here. How many times have you left your phone in the pipe? I've lost my phone in the pipe so many times. Oh, yeah. There he goes. He makes it down before the phone. Having a great time. Now here it comes. You watching for it? Hey, Colin. Hey, Colin. You see that coming down? That's yours. So... all right, he can slip. Wow, that thing is moving. Is that a brush? Is that a comb? He's like, that's not mine. That's not mine. Yeah, let's see what it is. Yeah, you're walking away from that, buddy. You're going to get it here in Colorado. It's going down. A harmonica. What you got, man? Nice. Nice. And nice. We are all on the same page. I'm glad. This is beautiful. Right? All right, bib number 510, Stephen Knowles, dropping in on course. Front 5, ollie 5. This one, that's too slow. Sorry. And ollie running around. Oh, okay. He's just having fun. No problem. A revert here and there. It's all about the fun. We never let it get away from us. Steven coming in, bib number 510. Second run done. All right, that's Strider Marska, bib number 790, dropping in on course. Strider getting a lot of amplitude, fifth hit here. Gonna cross up, going for it, just really getting comfortable in the pipe. You know, these guys coming in, not really able to get a lot of practice in, but riding away switch there. You figure they'll be riding this pipe all week long, and they're like, well, man pump, we really would have liked to ride this pipe 4 days later, as opposed to being the first ones out here and having a couple more days of practice on it and getting comfortable with it, because a lot of them do not have that pipe in their state. So super pipe present here for a lot of competitions. Copper Mountain throwing down so many competitions. Never know when to come here. Glad you're here for the USASA Nationals 2025 Championship. Bib number 678 on course, Waylon Corbage. Corbage choosing to go left right there. Ollie, 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 going to, go down right there, looking for that 3-turn 5. No problem. Having a great day. The sun is out, and it is a beautiful day here in the colorful state of Colorado. Lots of amplitude on that last hit. Coming around switch. Gonna do it for bib number 678. The Mile High City. Oh my goodness, I think we are 2 miles high up here at Copper Mountain. Everyone getting adjusted to the altitude as well as the size of this super pipe. The wind's kicking up as the government continues to drug us with all of these jets flying over. I don't want to see it. It was beautiful blue day. Okay, come on in. On course, Joey Goddard. Goddard. A lot of D's in Goddard. Going for the grab there, gonna get it. Staying safe, keeping it silent as a mute, and bringing it home from Japan. Our next free skier getting lots of amplitude, nice straight air, gonna pop up and go around. Adding to that run, you see the courage and the creativity in these kids standing out as they continue to show their energy and charisma and experience in this pipe, their storytelling among the few, the ones that are going to be the future in the sport, coming down for his second run. Joey, bib number 734, as we go back up top. Yep, looks like he's coming out lookers right. Bib number 504, Botond Bartha. Botond getting massive on them chests. What you got to realize is the wind is a-blowing. These guys are little. They're not big. And, you know, one of the things with someone like a slope-style Freeski or free snowboard, Red Gerard, we had to kick him out of the pipe. Nice 9 right there. Can he do a double-up? No, going to keep it cool. That wind changing things up and can push you a little bit this way or that way onto the deck. Not the problem this time. Going to go for another 9 right there. Landing deep, corking it out as well, getting 2 in. Holla at your boy. Holla, holla, holla if you hear me. Only you, huh? Let's see. I need something height. Just going to sky up there, hang out, hands in the air. You know, if your hands in the air, we've got to match the energy. Botond Bartha, bib number 504. All right. Bib number 608. This is who I'm looking for. And on course, Theo Bergstrom. A nice grab there with the amplitude. Going to get the rotation popping up nicely. Go. There it is. Nice left 5 coming into this next hit. Just looking down to see what's going on. He ain't scared of nobody. Getting the grab coming into this rotation. Gonna ride away with it too. That's right. Holla back, Theo Bergstrom. Well, we've got the pulse moving. The world of extreme sports is a pulsating high-energy universe where athletes risk it all to push their physical and mental boundaries. Behind the scenes, MCs shape the experience for the fans and athletes alike. But it's the athletes who keep the crowd hype, and the crowd become the sixth judge, dropping in on course. Brecken Russell going huge right there, getting out of the pipe. The second run here at the USASA Nationals 2025 National Super Pipe Championship. Great run by Brecken Russell, bib number 590, finishing off his second run there. A nice amplitude and just kind of bringing in his own style and creativity as we head back up top, locked and loaded and ready to join the fun of this party. Anson Beaulieu, bib number 743 on course. Yeah. A nice rotation right there, getting all the way up on the top of the wall. Ho, ho, ho! You change it up right away, switch. Get it up for Anson Beaulieu. Second run for bib number 743 with the Freeski Breaker boys. Yeah, that's Oscar. Oh, bib number 728 on course. Coming into a nice alley-up right there. The wind has died down at the bottom of the pipe in safety zone, riding away switch. Gonna go with a nice left 5. Coming back around to another. Gonna go for the area code. Oh, 5-3 flip. Now that flip, he doesn't even know what it's called yet, but he said he was going to try it. You know, getting inverted, one of those things that these guys really having fun with. As we see, they continue to create their own tricks, and that's how you begin it. Oscar finishing off his second run, 728. Closing the door on that as we head back up top. Locked and loaded and in the gates. Caleb Gordon ready to drop in on course. Caleb, bib number 1351. On course. Lookers right. Caleb coming in off the high side of the pipe, looking for that 9, corking it out. Nice right 5-0, going down right there. Wondering what the condition of that pipe is like as these guys continue the assault on this pipe. The Aspen Snowmass Series rider up and able to continue on with the Freeski Breaker boys USASA Nationals Super Pipe Championship. Caleb Gordon hearing it from the crowd, bib number 1351. As we check on Caleb, we head back up top. So bib number 444 on course, lookers left, lock Heasted. Going for the grab, staying silent with it, gonna get mute coming across. Looking for the inside right there, not sure if he actually did it, so I won't call it. That way the coaches aren't pissed off at the judges. Nice flare right there. Hey, Pump, we call you said he. Nah, man, I'm an MC, not a judge. I tell you what, even if I was a judge, I wouldn't judge you. Lock, bib number 444, coming in for a second run in this Freeski Breaker Boys USASA Nationals Championship for free skiing here at the Super Pipe. If you are in finals, head up to the top, and we'll get you locked and loaded and ready to go here at your USASA Nationals 2025 Freeski Super Pipe Championships. Well, the youth of the nation not want to stand behind the breaker boys, wanting to isolate themselves and separate themselves in competition as they drop in on course. Drake Elworthy, worthy to start us off, bib number 675 with our second group. Nice flare coming in to this next hit. Going to be a nice left 5, going to come back around into a nice 3, going to back switch. Ali as he rides away, switch continually, going to come with that rotation, putting together a lot of 180s. Drake Elworthy, bib number 675, and his second run for the Freeski youth. Deliberation underway as bib number 786, Brody Geddes. Lookers left, dropping in on course, ready to grace us with his presence. As that wind dies down, those flags die down, the amplitude probably going to be a lot higher than that first run, with the confidence builders and building, grabbing right there for the amplitude as well, coming through the transition comfortably, getting a little bit of space, not as much as the last time, wanting to round off those hits to about the same number as practice as the rotation comes in. Halfway down the second run, going for a nice left 5. Going to come into what might be the last hit of this run and going to get it done. Bib number 786, Brody Geddes.
What else we got in here? Like burning this energy. That's it. Now that I'm eating all my food, I can take them vitamins. What is this?
Oh, a nice macadamia nut cookie, baby. Copper Mountain and a nice cookie. Who doesn't like cookies? Like, Pump, you just had all that healthy stuff and now a cookie. Don't judge me in this booth. Dropping in on course, Cooper K. Ding. 13:57 on course. Look at the amplitude coming in right there. A nice straight air. Muting it out, going for the tail. That was halfway off. I'm wondering why I couldn't hear myself. If I couldn't hear myself, you guys couldn't hear me. Cooper K. Ding. Bib number 580, Dax Haliki on course or off course. Huge, massive upon them chests. Double flare going for 4 last time. Let's see what happens right here. Cruising into this second run. Gonna go ahead and go for the dub. Holla. If you haven't made it yet, make your way over to the Super Pipe for the USASA Nationals 2025 Freeski Nationals Championship. Going down today at Copper Mountain and all week long as you continue to check us out at the awards at 4 o'clock. And after the awards, the Rail Jam right now going down. Shout out to Columbia, the Halfpipe, Super Pipe sponsors and outerwear Reparo. Alexander Lai on course from the North Tahoe Series, bib number 1413. Going for that Japan to the safety, getting a nice poke right there. Left 1 to a left 5. Oh, throwing a right 5 right after. What's up? Getting pumped up. As he comes through this second run, showing and proving. Bib number 1413. Alexander Lai. And the North Tahoe Series. I mean, but it's a good cookie, though.
You want some papers, don't you? You want some papers, don't you?
Are there nuts in here?
Yeah, 3 of them at least.
Oh, right?
Hey, Craig.
Sorry, I couldn't even talk right there. I was eating those macadamia cookies. They had me. On course, Lance Chang. Oh, wait. Is this Cameron? Cameron Alfred from the Mount Hood Series 657. On course. Cameron, great time of it. In and out. Finishing his second run. If you have realized you're in finals, go ahead and head up to the top. They'll be ready for you to lock and load you into the group that you need to be with and in the order you need to be in. As we do have a great staff. Shout out to the staff and volunteers, coaches, parents, athletes, all alike for showing up to USASA Nationals 2025 and investing in the ways that you do. Yardcore, the Ghetto Youth Team. Fenoyano, Lance Chang on course. Bid number 1280. Nice rotation right there, throwing together a lot of 180s coming in right here, switching it up, showing styles both ways. As he continues to ride out left, he's done left, right, left, and right. And coming back at you with another left.
And it may be behind us going that way, too. Uphill. That way. I don't like it this way or this way. If it's going this way, I'm hitting everything over here. I want to say that's Jack Coors.
Jack Coors. A nice straight air. And come back around, open it up with another straight air. Going to get lots of amplitude right there. Consistent run both walls. Nice. Throwing down that 5. Going to come back here. Going to get maybe a nice alley-oop. And that's going to do it for bib number 569, Jack Coors. Budweiser and Anheuser-Busch. I mean, how many jokes do you get? He probably gets a lot of jokes. Coors. I'd be like, yeah, I got about 12 draft horses sitting outside. Colorado representing. MC Pump Coors. Extreme sports are a wild cocktail of adrenaline, speed, danger, and euphoria. The appeal of these activities is rooted in the risk versus reward mentality. The reward is often immediately the thrill of defying gravity, the rush of the wind in your face. As these athletes continue to show us what they got, Ben Shoe putting another shoe or a foot in on course. Bib number 434, the Southern California Series representative, where they do not have a super pipe like this. 22 feet and breathing as this athlete comes in to represent Ben Shoe. Ben getting safe, getting a couple of safeties in here, going with a nice 3. Riding away switch, reverting around. Gonna finish it off for Mr. Shoe and his second run. We have another rider ready. Bib number 708, Luca Christensen on course. Luca going up and getting out of the coping right there. Coming back into the course. Going to get a nice grab for the judges as he gets down lower. Experiencing all of that run and riding away switch. Luca Christensen, bib number 708.
Slow.
All right, we're ready. And the judges are ready. Let's see. Let's go back up top. Jeffrey Brown looks like he's ready to drop in on course. There he is. Looker's right. Bib number 1263, Jeffrey Brown. They're dropping in on course. Unofficially getting that grab. Taking it easy. Nice and steezy. Doubling it up there. Going to go ahead with the flare. They're going to come back to a double on that. So he's getting it in on everything. Nice 5. Getting the grab as well. Dusting off the tail. Going to go ahead and get out of there with a nice switch. Left 5. Going to do it for a second run of Jeffrey Brown. Joseph Svetana on course, bib number 540. Lookers right, locked and loaded. And ready to go on course. Bib number 540. Joseph coming in high off the coping into Super Pipe, looking for something big and gonna get it off that first hit. Going into the second, keeping the momentum. Nice cab 9. Gonna alley his way back to right away, switching that rotation, and that's gonna do it for him right there. Nice and comfortable for JoJo. Dancer Svetana. We're ready for bib number 525. James Bowles to drop in on course. Looking in, lookers left, skiers right. On course. Nice alley-oop right there. Coming around right there. Another alley-oop, lots of air. He says he wants to hop and maybe go for the 3 here. Yes, he does. And that's going to do it for his second run. James from the Southern Vermont Series. First year here at the Super Pipe for Mr. Bowles. Representing, holding it down, and finishing off on his feet as Roman Shareeves locks himself in on course, bib number 582 for his second run. Getting inverted is something new for him this year. So we'll see what he has in store. This is his first year as well. Out there with Adam Brown in the Central Oregon Series. Oh, there it is. First time getting inverted. You're seeing it here. USASA, he doesn't even want to finish the rest of the run. He's pumped up. Trucking his way out of there. Bib number 582. And getting it down with his flare as we head back up top to the Appalachia Series. Keenan Joyner ready to join us on this course and having a time at it. His second run, USASA Nationals 2025 Halfpipe Championships underway with everyone's second run. This is the Freeski Youth Men as we wait. All right, there he is, lookers right. Prepared to drop in for his second run. Keenan Joyner on course. Keenan getting the rotations in, staying on his feet, keeping the momentum going as he reaches across to get that grab. Style points for sure. Oh! Sliding out right there on that nice 5. Looked like he was going for the Sevs. The Appalachian Series representative, Keenan Joyner, bib number 782. Up top, Braden Grosshandler on course for the New Hampshire Series. Coming out of Loon. You guys know about Loon. 535 on course. Going down, a little yard sale happening right there. I'm not sure what happened for sure. Maybe he's not as well. Braden looking up, wondering, is that goggles? Yeah, looks like goggles right there. Oh, technical thing right there, probably putting it back together. Just the lens. Yeah, he's all right. He's got to grab that lens. Let's go ahead and send someone down to slip that pipe to grab that lens by chance. As you've seen, this high-risk environment doesn't just come from the athletes themselves. It's built into the very culture of these sports, whether it's BMX, motocross, or snowboarding or skiing. The courses and the terrain are designed to push the limits, challenging the athletes and test their will to succeed. It's as much about testing personal boundaries as it is about challenging the physical spaces you're in. The lines between madness and brilliance blur in these sports, with athletes constantly towing the line between genius and recklessness. We call it USASA Nationals Championships. Some may call it something else. Alexander Fayad on course to call it what he will. Bib number 506. All right, Colin Juan on course from the Big Mountain West Series. The lookers left for the Southern Vermont transfer to the Big Mountain West Series. Going huge right there. Taking in the impact. Just started the super pipe, or this half pipe, 3 weeks ago. So shout out to Mr. Juan, going with a nice flare. And it looks like he's pumping his way through. He's going to get the speed for this one. I know he's going for it. There it is, finishing it off with a nice flare. Colin Juan. On course, Miles Goller, bib number 416. Miles trying to get his foot up to get that grab, getting the grab right there. Looked like he kind of went back to the tail. Couldn't tell. He's definitely looking for style points, so all 4 hits going for a grab, getting the rotation in right there as he changes directions on that alley-oop, coming in, getting back to the grabs, and going to go through that whole section again. Possibly 7 hits there. Let's see if he can tie for the most hits. Going for that riding away switch rotation. 8th hit. If you have got your results, go ahead and head back up to the top and get ready for finals. All right, final skier, bib number 660, Nolan Street from the Appalachia Series, shutting it down over here at the Super Pipe for Freeski Youth. Representing Ski Barn and Snow Creek Mountain Sports, Nolan Street, keeping it street, keeping it hood, keeping it player. keeping it where he should in the air. Amplitude definitely right there, riding all the way through this pipe. Gonna get inverted for that flare and finishing it off like Rick. Bib number 660, Nolan Street. Well, there you have it. 2 sessions. Freeski Breaker boys and the Freeski Youth men. United States of America Snowboard Freeski Association Halfpipe Superpipe Championships here at Copper Mountain. MC Pump. As the judges deliberate and the results come through, go ahead and go up top, strapped in, get locked and loaded. And we'll continue with the Western New York Series, Upper Midwest Snow, the Unbound, the Southwest Free Ride, Southwest Colorado, Southern Vermont, Southern California, South Tahoe, Southern New England, Southeastern Snow, Ohio, Rocky Mountain, Northern Vermont, North Tahoe, New Hampshire, Mount Hood, Midwest Best, Mid-Atlantic, Main Mountain, Inland Northwest, Great Lakes Snow, Grand Canyon Series, Dakota, Badlands, Central Oregon, Catskills Mountain, Big Mountain West, Big Alaska Snow, Aspen Snowmass, Appalachian or Appalachian Series, and the Adirondack Series. Rounding off the series here represented for the 2025 USASA Nationals Championships. We will be clearing the sugar out of the bowl and getting these riders back up top for our finals here shortly. MC Pump holding it down, representing. Shout out to Copper Mountain as well as Columbia and U.S. Performance Academy. Rounding off our partnerships and sponsorships, go down and check out Vendor Village as they will continue to be open all week long. All right, we're ready to start up finals. And get in a supportive environment. The families are typically involved in helping children get to training sessions and competitions, offering emotional support and assisting with logistics. Skiing is an expensive sport, and families often provide the necessary financial resources for equipment, travel, and competition entry fees. Parents and guardians often encourage their kids to pursue skiing, fostering a love for the sport and maintaining a healthy competitive attitude. Shout out to the parents, USASA Nationals, bringing their kids in and investing in the grassroots of their core values, standards, and goals as we continue to watch the talented future of the sport in free skiing at USASA Nationals Championship here at Copper Mountain. USASA also acts as a feeder system for the X Games, U.S. Ski and Snowboard Team, as well as Dew Tour and other elite competitions like a Rev Tour and Futures. As we get into finals, we're going to drop in our first skier.
There was a list. Someone. Oh, there is.
Bib number 728, Oscar Ho. Oscar going for the nice right 5 right there. Getting inverted on that nice flare. Taking the chances, trying to get it in so that he can get a score. These guys wanting the podium, but most of all, just wanting to show the accomplishments and the achievements that they've had over the years and over this year especially. A lot of people conquering a lot of different things in life. It's not just about the sport, but life in general. People have deaths, people move, people don't have the opportunities to do the things that some others do. So coming out here to represent in this sport and showing it on the outward, bib number 728, Oscar Ho finishing that first run as we go down to bib number 519, Cash the Weights. On course, going huge right there with that cork 9. Landing deep, gonna go ahead back with a nice right 5. Oh, going left 7 up in the ante right there. You're coming back with a nice 3. Oh! Up, and away with that 5. We've got an area code. We've got a competition as the caster rolls in the weights. Cash rolling with the Rocky Mountain Series. Local, Breck, Vale, Aspen, Copper, A-Basin, Keystone. I mean, Colorado, they're just lucky, man. Rocky Mountain Series out here representing in a major way. Nothing lucky about that run. Putting it down how he wanted to. They practice. They complete. Bib number 504, ready for his first run. Botan Bartha on course for Freeski Breaker Boys 2025 USASA Nationals on course. Mr. Botan Bartha getting amplitude right there, going for the tail grab as he continues his assault here in finals. USASA Nationals getting a rotation and sending it deep right there. I don't know, sat all the way down, getting a rotation there, not losing a step, coming in right here, riding away switch. Going to come back with a nice left 5 coming into its switch. Deciding not to hit it. Going to put his arms up. Why? Because it's about self goals, self accomplishments. That's why they call it self-esteem. Mr. Bartha finishing off that first run nicely on his feet, bringing the crowd to their feet for bib number 504. These finals of Breaker Boys was a tough, deliberated group of 6, and we are down to the 5th. And their first run, bib number 1351, getting locked and loaded up there. Caleb Gordon, Caleb about ready to throw down here at Nationals USASA Super Pipe Championship. Lookers right, dropping in on course. Caleb Gordon from the Aspen Snowmass Series. Another great series, going huge right there with the left cork 9. Going to come back with a nice right 5 into a nice left 5. Going for the grab right there. Getting his amplitude up. He's going to go for it. A nice Sev coming back switch. Going to revert around. And that's going to do it for that first run. Like I said, you don't have to wait for the crowd's applause to put those hands up. When they put those hands up before the crowd starts cheering, that means it's self-accomplishments and goals that they've achieved in this 22-foot world-class super pipe here at the Athletes Mountain. We're down to our final first run for finals. Bib number 397, Micah Rodarte, dropping in on course, getting behind the sign to show you what he represents this year, USASA Nationals Championship. That actually probably is just the camera guy up there getting a good shot. If you've got great shots or you've been wanting us to share with the fun times you're having here at USASA, just hashtag us, we, the letter R, USASA, as bib number 397 drops in on course. Micah Rodarte going huge right there in that first hit, as he always does, doubling up on the second, coming into this for the finals, getting the grab. Gonna say it's a mute. Nice 5 left. Getting the grab in right here. Gonna go Sev. Riding away switch. Gonna definitely throw a 5 in there off of that switch right 5. He's gonna put his hands up. Give it up for Micah Rodarte in his first run here at finals USASA Nationals Championship. Micah Rodarte from the North Tahoe Series, finishing off that run. As we head back up top, we have more action-packed adventure ready for you. Creativity and diversity and in-exclusivity. Bib number 1529 on course, Colin Wan. Massive Putnam chest with the amplitude here at finals. Getting a nice rotation in right there, kicking up a little bit of dust on that 5, coming into a nice straight air. Gonna go ahead and get the grab, staying safe, keeping it silent, and all the grabs as he continues to assault this pipe with a nice flare, sending the flames reverberating up the pipe as cheers begin. He finishes to descend this whole run on this hit, the flare. Finishing it off, get off me, Wall. Colin Wan, bib number 1529 with that first run. Born to be wild.
Oh, I'm done talking. I love when I run out of stuff to say. Like, oh, I'm done.
Well, great deliberation, but we have a competition underway, and it's about Freeski Youth Men 5:35 dropping in on course for this finals. Braden Grosshandler on course, sending it huge with a nice flare. Going to come in, doubling it up right there. Not losing any speed, but going to make sure by getting that grab with that straight air, coming into another, because he's got more coming into this run. That'll be the 5th hit. Going to change it up right there with a nice pop alley-oop, and then going to come around with a nice 5. Going to come into this, throwing back another way, wanting it, and walking away from that 5 there. Going to finish it for his first run, Braden Grosshandler with the Freeski Youth Men here at USASA Nationals Championship. Duh. 30 series across the United States of America. How USASA has grown. Representing here in Copper Mountain, I believe the 15th year or so. I can't remember. I think we started a while ago, more than that, back in the early 2000s. Dropping in on course, bib number 675, Drake Ellsworthy on course. Drake coming from Looker's left to Looker's right, going for the grab, getting about 4 feet out of the coping right there. Going to get that flare in. Nice placement on both of them, landing in that sweet spot of the super pipe itself. 22 feet, massive for anyone. 4 feet, 5 feet, 3 feet high, as some of these athletes are. Now, looking at it from TV, YouTube, social media, things look small. I remember when I used to watch the Nature Channel and I saw a mountain lion, and I said, oh, look at those people. They can't beat up that cat. What's wrong with them? And then I actually ran into a mountain lion in Breckenridge in the wild by the park, and I said, oh, they're way bigger than on TV. Same thing here. We have number 1263 dropping in, Jeffrey Brown. Steezing it out right there, going for the double grab, going to come back around. Amplitude off the chain, off the Richter with that flare, coming into the 3rd trick. The 4th, doubling up, getting another flare. He's going to keep this pipe lit as he comes around with a nice 5. Going for the grab, kind of letting it go early. Going to go out and switch into this hit. Nice left side 5. Switch coming in and riding away. Both Jeffrey Brown holding it down. 1263 wanting the crown for the Freeski Youth Men USASA Nationals Championship. You're done, bro. Get rid of that too. You were good. Happy with that. Fine. Set it off. You're in finals too? Bib 540 wants to join the dance. Ready for the party. Looker's right. As those Columbia and Woodward copper flags begin to sway, you look up by the American flag, and you'll see our rider for today, Joseph, ready to drop in on course for the Youth Men Freeski Superpipe Finals. Bib number 540 on course. Dropping in and going huge right there, sending it on that 9. Oh, looking for and avoiding the coping. Going to go with that right to the left 5. Right away switch on that 3. Going to come into another 5. And going to stay with it right there. Just really kind of coming through and feeling his way. Joseph kind of wanting to know what it is he's going to do the next time. I figure the coping or the deck kind of, the wind, if you notice the wind is blowing that way, and that can blow any lightweight person off course, and we saw him go over by the deck because of that wind, so we know he's going to get his wits back as he goes back up top, put together a cleaner run for a second run. Give it up for bib number 5:40. Bringing us to our final rider, first run for the finals, Freeski. Youth men, bib number 580, Dax Hilicki. On course, lookers right. As those flags begin a tailwind, we might have something to see. Getting the wind behind him, he's going to drop in on course, bib number 580. Going up huge. Getting more air with both nines coming down clean. He's going to steeze it out with a nice flare. And then he's going to come up, poke out for the camera action and the Columbia sponsors as well right away. Switch. Coming into that switch right 3. That's going to do it. Well done. What did he do? He did a 9, then he did that flare, 10. All right, the world famous slip crew coming in. I remember being a kid and wondering what the heck it was they were doing. I used to wonder, how did they get those cool outfits and uniforms? And then I used to wonder if I could be one of them. Years later, I'd become one of them, doing competitions over in Breckenridge, your Grand Prix, your Dew Tour, and all that stuff, and volunteering my time. The funniest and worst thing to do as a slipper, to fall. But these guys doing a great job and definitely cleaning out all the sugar in the pipe, maybe because some of them had something to do with these park recreations and putting together pipes and slope style and things like that. That's that Woodward Copper crew holding it down and representing in a major way. Shout out to them, as well as the ski and snowboard clubs that are a part of this great organization here at Copper Mountain. Well, they need time to get back up top for their second run. We'll give them just that. MC Pump gonna sit it down for a second and wait on our riders as the wind begins to blow here in the Four Seasons state of colorful Colorado.
I hear some of the funniest names for me. MC Pipe. I wish they would call me that in high school. I'm gonna try this clean bangers list and see if it's really bangers. Blot touch. Am I gonna blot it out? said this bangers ain't no bangers. It's like all slow stuff. I'm about to change this right away. Ain't no bangers on here. Talk to me. 728 is up.
All right, if you're just showing up, just getting out to take some laps, welcome to the 35th annual USASA Nationals Championship here at Copper Mountain, holding it down since 1988. Chuck Gallen's dream and vision here as we embrace new disciplines in free skiing and the change that comes with our sport. Everyone on stage and everyone here to watch the 30 USASA Regional Series, embracing over 500 events and 120 resorts, big and small. We're at finals. Freeski Breaker Boys, second run, bib number 728 on course. Oscar Hove. Oscar getting a nice rotation right there. That 5 so smooth. Looking for and feeling for. I think that's throwing him off on that flare. Just kind of reaching for it. But as we've said before, a lot of these riders and skiers have not been in a 22-foot super pipe yet. Oscar coming in and representing in a major way the courage, the sheer courage that it takes to come into one of these pipes is amazing. Second run for these finalists. Bib number 519 on course. Cash the weights. Super Cash going massive right there and opening up with that nice 5. Gonna get the Japan grab in. Sticking that, going with a nice 7, riding away clean on that. Oh, he's feeling it as he pumps his way through to go huge right there and holding on to that 9. Cash the weights has released every weight that bound him down in any run before with a massive amplitude. Shout out to Columbia, the official outerwear partner of USASA Halfpipe. Also, U.S. Performance Academy, official online school programming of USASA. If you haven't yet, make time to head down there to Vendor Village, Waterville Valley, Wendell, High Cascade, Snowboard Camp, Y-East Academy, Killington Mountain School, Carrabassett Valley, Vermont Academy, at Mount Snow, Park City and Snowboard Club, Stratton Mountain School, Revolution Ski and Blade, Team Summit, Vail Ski and Snowboard Club, and Lee's McCrae. As he waits for me to say his name, Botan Bartha dropping in on course, bib number 504, going huge right there with the nice 9. Going to come back with that tail grab and continue to slaughter this pipe in this competition for USASA Nationals 2025, going ballistic right there with that rotation. I mean, just really able to wind up like a rubber band. Reminded me of David Weiss and those guys as they used to come through the pipe. Shout out to all of those guys inspiring these guys, Alex Ferreira and the rest of the crew. I mean, geez, there's so many people. Simon Dumont, you got Tanner Hall. You guys remember all those competitions going down. I remember all of those really good competitions going down. So we are looking at the future here with these athletes. Bib number 504 finishing off its second run, Botan Bartha. As the judges deliberate, USASA continues to be an innovative force in free ski and snowboarding. And they definitely did it by embracing the FIS Open Class Rail Jams. The Rail Jam always popping off after the award stage. We'll see you at the award stage around 4:30. And definitely good to show up early. Dropping in on course, our next contestant, Caleb Gordon, bib number 1351, on course. Caleb entering in, lookers right, gonna go lookers left with that rotation. A nice 9 coming into the right 5, gonna crispy, clean walk away, squeaking. If it ain't squeaking, then you're not doing nothing. You're not seeking a podium. So as he gets those bolts going, whoa, throwing down that 7 out of nowhere. What happened right there? Oh my goodness, look at it, listen to that crowd, and look at that face. He's excited, he's pumped, he's stoked. Nicely done there. I knew that he was gonna up the ante. He's been saying he's gonna up the ante, and there it was. You've seen it. Caleb throwing down that nice 10 to close off his second run. And we knew it. The Aspen Snowmass team putting together a great run right there. Left cork 9, going to that right 5, left 5, and left 10. You know, switch 3 out. Stick it to the plan. Bib number 1351. Caleb the Man. Gordon.
All these slow songs. What the heck is going on?
All right, here comes his challenging camaraderie, Micah Rodarte. Going huge right there. Coming back with that nice 9, gonna get the grab. Oh, it is a competition. Oh, he is not playing riding away switch. Gonna come back to look at the crowd. No, he's gonna ride away and look over his shoulder. Holla, holla, Micah Rodarte, bib number 397, slaying those rotations as he gets it in from the North Tahoe Series, corked out run by bib number 397. In his second run, letting the door on the Breaker Boys in their finals as the judges deliberate to put together a podium of prestige. You're looking at the future of USASA Nationals, the X Games, the Do Tour, the Rev Tour, Futures, Olympics, and much more as you continue to watch these athletes compete and show what they've got here at Copper Mountain. Keeping the sun out and keeping his super pipe lit with action. The Freeski Breaker Boys passing it off to the youth men. Bib number 1529, Colin Juan on course. Juan going down right there, having a yard sale. That's when you know you're having fun, when you can't even keep it all together. You know, I actually used to ski back in the day. I skied before I snowboarded. How many people know that? You want to hear some real funny stuff? Back in the day, like when I was doing a lot of snowboarding, you know, obviously better, and I would do all the jobs with the snowboarders, the skiers would come and say, "Yo, Pump, why you hanging out with them broke snowboarders? They don't like you. They don't let you represent, man. We pay you the money. Come over here. We love you." And I did, too. I'm going to keep it real. Go back. Look at Freeski and all that stuff we used to do back in the day. What's the other one? Kooks on skis? Having fun with it. There's the flare. Bib number 1528. Colin Juan. It should be 1529. Yeah, back when they used to call me Eddie. Yeah, this is Eddie with Kooks on Skis. Bib number 1535, Braden. Gross handler on course. Oh, going huge right there with the nice flare. Coming into another. Wait a second. Something going on right there. A little mishaps. Maybe the wind picking up, pushing him a little bit further. That way as he continues to try to pump through, getting that speed and the amplitude to continue the assault on this pipe. And 2025 USASA Nationals Championship, riding away clean. Braden Grosshandler.
That's slow stuff, man. They keep killing us with this slow stuff. We need some hype. Come on, man.
All right, bib number 675 dropping in on course. Drake Elworthy on course. Popping off that left side, going to come into Looker's right, getting a grab. Of course, he was going across his body, so gonna flare it out right there. It's the only thing to do when you got that rotation already going that way. Doubling up, showing a little bit more steez with a nice left 5 for the judges. Coming back with another right 5. So both ways showing versatility. Coming back switch right here with a nice 3. Gonna pop back around and say hello to family and friends as he comes back around with that second run for the Freeski Youth Men 2025 Freeski Halfpipe Championship. We've got 3 more competitors for the Freeski Youth Men, waiting to see who will be on that podium. A great competition here at Copper Mountain, as always. So much terrain, so much to do here. It's been snowing the last few days, and snowboard definitely brought it, but I believe this ski crew, Freeski, has definitely turned it up a notch and pushed away those clouds so we could have a beautiful sunny day here in colorful Colorado. The wind's still blowing as you watch the flags are going. And this competition well underway. 2 runs, and this is the second by our final 3 riders. Looker's right, dropping in on course, Jeffrey Brown. Bib number 1263 on course. Oh, going for the grab, opening up on that flare. Coming in, another flare, doubling up. Gonna come back around, get the grab. Holla at me, left 5, gonna come back right both ways. That's right, 5s both ways. And then he's gonna dump that 7 off as if it was an area code riding away switch. Yeah!
Yo, Seth. Holla. Cab 9, North
Judges' deliberation bring us to our next Freeski competitor, Joseph Siftana. Bib number 540. Ready to drop in on course from the North Tahoe Series. Lookers right, skiers left. The wind is up, so let's watch and see if that wind has any effect on the run that he's put down in practice and has got him here to the finals for the Freeski Youth Men. The action continues here at Copper Mountain. Ready to drop in on course, bib number 540. Coming in off the top of that coping, looking for the amplitude and the hype, going for that 9, left 9 that is, going to go with the right 5, popping out right there. Now he's comfortable. He's going for the grabs, landing in that sweet spot of the super pipe. Riding away, clean switch there. Going to come into a nice left 5 riding away switch again, and just ending it right there. Probably could have hit 2 more hits. It's just to close the door on anyone that was close. But as it is, there's going to be some of these skiers and riders nipping at his heels for that podium status. Will Dax Hiliki come in and push him off of that podium, if it was a podium run, status. Founded in 1938, Portland, Oregon. I mean, you ever see the college team, Oregon? I always used to like their uniforms, you know, Nike, all those guys there. But we're represented by Columbia, and they've done a great job over the years looking back, staying warm, staying comfortable with their technology. They have become one of the leaders in outdoor apparel. So shout out to our Halfpipe sponsors as we drop in Dex Helicki. Bib number 580 going huge for his victory lap. Let's see what he's got. Let's hear it from the crowd as he continues to amaze, astound with his amplitude. Oh, sending it deep, coming back around. Where my hood at? Holla if you hear me. Throwing the nice 12, 9, straight air. And that's how it goes. Looking like he wants to become or be penciled into the walls of this super pipe with all those that have come before in amazement and astounding. The crowd, the athletes, the coaches, the volunteers, the staff, all coming together for a great competition here. USASA Nationals Championship 2025, setting it off with the super pipe in a major way as these athletes display some of the future things you're wanting to see, but some of the future things you didn't know you were going to see here at USASA. MC Pump signing out with my celebrity crew of judges and tabulators here at Copper Mountain, the Athletes Mountain. Signing off.